Hello and welcome to the English Times. Friends, this is your channel for learning English. Let's start today's topic. This video explains what we mean by grammar and its basic elements. Grammar refers to the way words are used, classified, and structured together to form coherent written or spoken communication. So, learning grammar means learning how to use words, how to classify them, and how to structure them together to make logically connected sentences. We have three fundamental elements of English grammar. Number one, parts of speech. Number two, inflection. Number three, syntax. Now we will have a brief overview of all these three fundamental elements of English grammar one by one. Parts of speech. The parts of speech are the categories to which words are assigned based on their meaning, structure, and function in a sentence. The word come is a verb, letter is a noun, and great is an adjective. This means all these three words, come, letter, and great, have different meanings, different structures, and they have different types of functions in a sentence. Some words belong to more than one part of speech. For example, test can be a noun or a verb. Here we have two examples. He passed the test. In this sentence, test is a noun. In the second sentence that says he had to test the machine, the word test is a verb. In English grammar, we have 9 parts of speech. Let me quickly remind you that parts of speech are also known as word classes. The first part of speech is verb, and a few examples are climb, eat, welcome, and be. The second part of speech is noun, and a few examples are aircraft, country, lady, and hour. The third part of speech is adjective, and a few examples are good, British, cold, and quick. The fourth part of speech is adverb, and a few examples are quickly, always, approximately, etc. The fifth part of speech is preposition, and a few examples are to, of, at, on, etc. The next part of speech is determiner, and a few examples are the, his, some, 45. The next part of speech is pronoun, and a few examples are we, you, them, myself. The next part of speech is conjunction, and a few examples are and, but, so. The next part of speech is interjection, and a few examples are oh, ah, wow. So these are the 9 word classes in English grammar. We can divide parts of speech into 2 main classes: vocabulary words and grammatical words. Verbs, nouns, adjectives, and adverbs are vocabulary words, whereas prepositions, determiners, pronouns, conjunctions, and interjections are known as grammatical words. Most word classes can be divided into subclasses. For example, we can have ordinary verbs and auxiliary verbs. Let me tell you that ordinary verbs are also known as main verbs. A few examples of main verbs are go, like, think, and apply. Similarly, a few examples of auxiliary verbs are is, had, can, and must. Similarly, we can have different types of adverbs. We can have adverbs of manner. We have a couple of examples here: suddenly and quickly. Similarly, we can have adverbs of frequency, and a couple of examples are always and often. We can have adverbs of place, and a couple of examples are there and nearby. We can have linking adverbs, and a couple of examples are to and also. Likewise, we can have different types of determiners. We can have article determiners, and a couple of examples are or and the. We can have possessive determiners, and a couple of examples are my and his. We can have demonstrative determiners, and a couple of examples are this and that. We can have quantifier determiners, and a couple of examples are all and three. By understanding the parts of a speech, we can better understand how and why we structure words together to form sentences. The next fundamental element of English grammar is inflection. Keep in mind, we have three fundamental elements of English grammar. We covered parts of a speech. Next is inflection. Although the parts of a speech provide the building blocks for English, another very important element is inflection, the process by which words are changed in form to create new and specific meanings. There are two main categories of inflection: conjugation and declension. Conjugation refers to the inflection of verbs, while declension refers to the inflection of nouns, pronouns, adjectives, and adverbs. Whenever we change a verb from the present tense to the past tense, for example, we are using conjugation. Likewise, when we make a noun plural to show that there is more than one of it, we are using declension. Syntax. This is the last fundamental element of English grammar. Syntax refers to the rules and patterns that govern how we structure sentences. The grammatical structures that constitute syntax can be thought of as a hierarchy, with sentences at the top as the largest cohesive unit in the language, and words, which are also known as the parts of speech, at the bottom. This covers topics such as subjects and predicates, modifiers, phrases, clauses, and sentences. Now let's have a recap. Neither parts of speech, nor inflection, nor syntax exist as truly separate units. It is equally important to examine and learn about the different kinds of words, how they can change to create new meaning, and the guidelines by which they are structured into sentences. Friends, in this video, I explained to you what we mean by grammar and the three fundamental elements of English grammar. I hope you have found this video useful, and if that's true, I request you to like this video, and if this is the first time you are watching this channel, I request you to subscribe to this channel and click on the notification bell too. Thank you for watching.